A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a goat. You said this already.
You said this, yeah.
Attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? I'm repeating the exact same line.
Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented, psychotic killer like that?
Yes. Yes, one of us could.
Yes.
A single writer, perhaps.
What makes you say that?
Have you seen her? You're not wrong to wonder.
But words mean little right now.
I have something that will prove it, and I can show you.
What do you mean by that, Barry? To be exact, not quite. So we just did this.
Well, I don't want to skip the pink. And I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us.
Is there really proof?
There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need. Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro.
Evidence? Does something like that really? Ah,
I'm
hey you
assuming
two.
It's Monokuma?
I don't think so.
It usually is if it's question
It's
marks.
Owie.
Oh,
Big
it's
trouble! Need your help!
We're busy. Leave us alone.
But it's an emergency! Emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me!
What's up, babe?
This is a serious emergency. Please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But it's an emergency!
Emergency.
An emergency? What happened? Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange.
Almost like a genocidal killer.
Almost like a genocidal killer. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Since it's Toko, I must admit it, I'm intrigued.
He likes her!
I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her.
Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure you'd say no and that'd be the end of it. Okay, come on, hurry! Wait for us, Hina.
It looks like she's headed to the dorms, to Toko's room, most likely.
You're right.
Oh shit. Fuck.
Gotta move.
Fuck. I know, it's got stuck on something, I don't know what the fuck happened.
You guys are too slow! I think you're just too fast.
So, what's this emergency?
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
We should try talking to her ourselves.
Yeah, good idea.
I love the height on that.
Yeah, Makoto's a short motherfucker.
Hurry up and do it. I don't like that height.
I do like that height.
I know you do.
I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. That's a nice CG, though. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me. What? Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room. Leave me alone. Yeah, sure thing, but could you open up just for a second?
At least she's stuttering again.
Yeah, won't allow it. Huh? I won't let Genocide Jack have control!
Wow, it's kind of like I saw that one.
Yeah, I know. That was pretty obvious. I'll give you that one. And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago.
Same effect.
I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door, but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared? But how could she be Genocide Jack if she's scared?
Multiple personalities. Easy.
That's true.
Easy.
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her?
Listen, you can persuade me.
He can persuade me. Hey, Byakuya, you think you can ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
Sure, whatever.
Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
Same effect.
Leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Ah! Bacula!
Bacula.
Bacula!
Blah! It's Byakuya! Blah! It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut.
Promise. Huh.
Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off.
There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation.
Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure.
Uh-huh. But...
If I say I don't know, it means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
You're a very suspicious boy.
He is a very suspicious
Well then,
boy.
let's go.
Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya stormed away. But Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up.
Okay, so hold on. I just need to analyze this for a sec. So she said, I know I broke our promise, but I won't let it happen again. So clearly Byakuya knows that Genocide Jack is Toko, because they're clearly the same human being.
Probably, yes.
Unless there's some, like, they're twins, but like, the whole thing about control is just like, they're the same person. So she made a promise to him that Genocide Jack wouldn't come out, but that's a weird thing that they would be talking about very specifically. And then, so she is most likely the one that killed her, but Byakuya seems pretty suspicious.
He has been leading her around in the investigation a lot.
Yeah, he's not letting me look at things. He's not telling me information that's clearly important. And he's been wanting a case because he's bored. I'm just gonna kill Byakuya.
Don't kill him.
I'm just gonna kill him.
I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library?
Come on, let's go in.
Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me say it again. So, the clearly prominent thing is this, but I think that was just...
That was loaded. There's no point, yeah.
There's no point in checking there. We need to find real clues. Oh, wait, I never looked in here.
If I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right?
Hurry up and go inside.
Oh, here?
It'll all make sense once you're inside. Oh.
Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Okay, so it's just, it's the books.
There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things?
Those documents are dangerous.
Dangerous?
They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner.
You mean, like members of the Diet or something?
No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for... If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look.
As in, he's going to disappear.
That's... Byakuya, you go back to school. If you're ready to go missing for it, Byakuya, take a look. There's some very interesting people in there.
You're just kidding, right?
Am I?
I'll just let it go for now.
I would look.
Well, I know you would, but Makoto isn't you.
Makoto, bitch.
Huh, it's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, and then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use.
Dang.
No, I just wanted the coin, bud. And then there is this? All those books are probably the same.
I'd assume so. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside.
That's an oddly specific shape.
It is.
What is that thing?
I don't know.
It looks like rope, which was used to bind,
Chair?
yeah, to the weight machine.
Yeah.
Because it very specifically looks like rope, but I don't know what the big square thing is.
Okay. I wonder what it was.
There was, oh.
There you go.
There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. Oh, well, okay.
An extension cord, huh?
Well, fuck, never mind. I'm just talking out my ass. It's just the camera. I'll just talk to you. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself. Maybe
So
the books are not all different.
Yeah, they might be different. This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random.
Oh, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. You're giving him too much credit, bud.
Yeah.
He just was random.
Huh?
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it.
Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf.
Okay, so it's gotta be...
Yep, remind him. There's a ton of thick files shoved under the bookshelf.
If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those files are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person would never want to look at. Be careful.
Huh? What do you mean?
All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. They're internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak.
Oh?
So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to the classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent?
This can't be for real, right?
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie.
Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but, I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together?
I suppose it just goes to show how much power Hope's Peak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored.
It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal.
What's wrong? Still can't believe it?
What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple, those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything.
You don't pull your punches, do you?
Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt.
Hold on a second. You're saying you read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret classified stuff, right? So why...
My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty.
Huh?
Members of the Tagami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers, as well as domestic.
How is that possible?
I've already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world at my will.
Oh, yes.
But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world, backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing.
This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind.
And what always interested me the most were cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. That's really unnerving.
Yes.
It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. Sure would. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case.
As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way.
Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended.
T-pose.
T-pose! It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro.
Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, no one in the media ever found out.
Huh?
In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that specific aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about the act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion.
So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple. The culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack.
Gah!
That's right. There is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself amongst the rest of us.
Then, Genocide Jack really is such a brutal fiendish killer really is walking among us?
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become a part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two. If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself.
Oh, verkligen.
I'm all set, but...
Verkligen, oh.
So now I look around, I'm assuming.
No, now you want to look at the case behind them.
To feel the ones that says, council, people control the world, dangerous truth. Are you gonna look? I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna. There's a ton of the files.
As far as investigation reports, different cold cases, they're police size. You don't leak them, no thank you. I'll probably just gotta talk to him again and go past the,
Byaku, about the Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it here, but you can't take it with you. Murder cases of Genocide Jack.
Top secret! Byaku handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I'd reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had been collected.
Victim Ken Harada, office record. Emergency placed in parking lot of victim's apartment complex. Victim suffered several stab wounds with scissors. Wait, they're all scissors.
They're all scissors.
Scissors were used just to... there's just a shit ton of scissors.
There's a shit ton of scissors.
Huh.
The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Asai, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Tomatsu Nataro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Numajiva. There's no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of each murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood.
I'm just concerned with the scissors. That's like a very specific point.
That's very true.
That they showed. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit.
The next page?
Top secret.
Profiling results? All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either night or day. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, we suggested the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggested the suspect lingered at each scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there's any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
Easy.
Easy. Too easy?
No, there's way more than that.
Oh, of course.
Way more, but that specific fact was basically just...
Oh yeah, that one was given to you.
Yeah. The key point here is that the culprit may have a split personality.
And I am so excited.
Oh no.
A split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story, but this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now.
See, this actually makes a lot of sense. Because I've been wondering why, like, not very specifically, it was sort of in the back of my mind, like, literally every single time you talk to her, she just goes like, you hate me, don't you? And, like, she's very, like...
Uh-huh.
And so that's a lot of, you know, because if there's multiple personalities, that sort of stuff happens all the time. So that was, I didn't think multiple personalities for sure, but I kept it in the back of my head that was a very specific key aspect, and I was like, it's either low self-esteem or something, but I'll keep it because they'll probably discuss it at some point. You said that she became more important. I see why.
Yes. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb.
Genocide Jack, king of the pumpkin patch. Alright, we should get going soon.
Huh? Where are we going?
Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we?
Wait, Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up.
Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial.
Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
Come on, enough of your annoying Mr. Apprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Well, goodbye.
And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro.
She...
And that murderous fiend is one of us.
She...
But who is it? I have to find out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room.
I was gonna go to her room.
I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful. I need to find out everything I can.
Thanks for putting me all the way back up here. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're close by the locker rooms now. That's not where the locker rooms are.
I'm going somewhere very specific. I'm in, oh, hey bud. Hey bud.
Hey bud.
Can I select you? There you go. Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all! Oh, was hers secret Genocide Jack?
Of course.
King of the pumpkin
patch!
Damn it! I'm sorry, Chihiro, it's all because I wasn't strong. Keep going Donald.
You keep going
Donald. Why? Why am I going Donald?
I don't know, you're going a little too chesty maybe?
Too chesty. It's all because I wasn't strong enough!
Yeah, that's better.
There it is. I don't know, I did Donald, I'm sorry. I have Donald on the brain.
You have Donald on the brain.
Donald on the brain.
You go to Toko's room.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get anything else.
No, I don't think I'm gonna get anything like big, but I'm just curious if it'll repeat her audio or if it'll, or like, not her audio, her lines, or if it'll give me just like something else.
Well, might as well see. I don't remember. This is Toko's room. I should probably just leave her alone for now.
Fuck you, Makoto. Fuck you, Makoto. Stop being a bitch. Talk to her.
Talk to the girl! She's pretty!
No, she's clearly the killer of this case.
Is she really that?
No, I don't think so. That's too obvious.
It's clearly too obvious.
I have a feeling that Byakuya is the killer.
You think so, huh?
Because I have a feeling, because he led us only specifically to Genocide Jack.
That's right.
So we're gonna find out that she's Genocide Jack. Everyone's gonna pin it on her.
The gym is back that way.
Oh yeah, it's stupid. But he is gonna be the killer, and he's going to be blaming Genocide Jack by doing Genocide Jacky things.
Okay.
That's my guess. We'll see how that changes.
I don't know.
Ding, ding, ding. Ufumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
It's so weird because I don't remember his actual voice, and when I just heard it, it's not correct.
No, it's not at all what you're doing.
It's not correct.
Another stat increase for me.
Evidence? What did you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet, but I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, Miss Lunenburg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile, too.
Really? What did she see?
She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right?
Oh my god. Okay, so where's Celeste now?
The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there.
What's it gonna be? I love how Makoto's just gradually gaining snarker tendencies.
Oh yeah, he's just like, I'm so sick of this shit.
I'm already sick of this shit. We're only 2 chapters and I'm already sick of this shit.
You.
Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress in your investigation? Generally speaking. But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it? Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder.
Suspicious.
But before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly.
Ooh. I'm not like that.
Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
Huh.
Ah.
No, that's an odd. Well, wait, maybe not, because it could just be delivered to that mailbox.
It could be, but you didn't realize before that those handbooks went to the mailbox, so they must have been on Sayaka and Leon or whatever. Otherwise the game would have pointed it out.
I mean, potentially. I mean, when my first thought wouldn't have been to go for the e-handbook anyway.
That's true. That's true. That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess let's take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about.
Okay, so that probably means that it's missing, but I'm gonna check the mailbox anyway, just in case.
Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits.
Strip it down.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. No scissors. And that rope looks a little weird, don't you think? The rope is used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position.
It kind of looks like the bungee that they use for. Wait, unless is that? Oh no, oh that's totally the extension cord. Totally, because for some reason I wasn't thinking that the two things were one thing, but it totally is because it's all the way through. Yeah, it's totally the extension cord.
Huh? This rope has a plug?
Oh, well. Thanks, Makoto.
Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right.
Again, the other thing is it keeps showing the scissors, and my thing is if Genocide Jack killed her, it probably would have been with scissors.
Right.
So it's clearly, it is an imitation of Genocide Jack, which again, Byakuya is the big target here.
That's
especially because he's the one that knows, he literally pointed out all the things that incriminate him.
Yes, he did. What does all this mean? Status of the dead body was added. Well, the one thing will most likely tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place you need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time.
Thanks,
Makoto. Chihiro's presence here was especially weak or bulky in their soul. To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this.
2D. Dude in a real oh.
Yeah, we already did this.
Oh, there's still one more thing in the check. What did I not check? Maybe the bloodlust is what it wants to connect the thing together? Or?
The word blood is written in one blood, just like all those other Genocide Jack cases. Occurrence of blood is written in one blood. That's on it.
So what is...
I checked the poster again. I think that... I remember that being
with
truthful.
pleasure.
Oh, that's a nice angle on that exercise machine. Yes, thank you. It's about the same poster. The big breast swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. The girls' locker room seems like the kind of place you'd find something like this.
That's oddly specific. Monokuma's a pervert.
That's true.
But that's weird that it would point that out.
It is.
Who would put up the titty model next to it?
Probably Sakura. Or Aoi.
What?
Sakura or Aoi.
Fair.
I mean, seriously, they're clearly banging. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Clearly.
100%. Oh, so it was the poster.
Here's the poster.
That's weird. Again, and it wouldn't let you leave without seeing it. That's really fucking weird.
They want you to check
Oh,
the
that's right,
boys'
boys' bathroom. I was gonna, but I was gonna grab the other stuff first.